Hey, what's up guys, I'm Praetorian and welcome back to Crusader Kings 3, Wandering Nobles. So we're going to take some decisions here in the beginning of the episode. The first thing we're going to do is determine our personal deity. We should have done this already, as soon as we became our character. And while I am tempted to pick a deity that's different from the one that our father chose, Thor, I feel like we have to. We have to pick Thor, just because our name is Thor, so it'd be kind of weird if we didn't. So we're going to go with Thor, which increases our prowess and our stewardship. And our goal is to see just how high we can get this character's prowess. So now it's at 54. The next decision we need to take is to go fishing. Because remember, we're having some issues with the provisions. This isn't likely to bring in a lot of provisions, but anything would help. I don't think we're going to bring anybody, because remember, every time we do that, we're not able to get any provisions. So we're just going to go alone. Or maybe it was when we went alone that we could never get the provisions. Again, I'm not entirely sure why the prowess challenge goes against you being successful. Like, you get more stress relief, but we're here for the provisions. So yeah, that didn't work out, unfortunately. So we just lost the 18 stress and we didn't have any stress. That's really not going to help us. So we're probably going to have to purchase some. Unless we want to go hunting. I mean, that is certainly always an option. Let's go ahead and move into Sweden. But I don't think we've purchased provisions for this entire campaign. We've always stolen or intimidated our way into some free provisions. So we'll see what we want to do here, guys. We'll take a look at what the percentage is for being successful. Well, we can't use the intimidate option, since we just did that recently, and trying to steal it, well, it's an 18% chance of success, so wouldn't work out. Buying them is incredibly expensive, Jesus. Now we're getting a lot of provisions. I just don't want to spend that much, but looks like we have no choice, guys, because we can't really get anywhere without some additional provisions. We could instead try and do a hunt. You know what, let's try and do that. At least you get something out of the hunt. I know you don't get a lot of provisions though, so we might have to do some other contracts that don't require us to travel too far. I'm not seeing any around here. I think we might have to raise our troops up here and then just walk them up there. So we could do this as well, but we're not swimming in prestige at the moment. That'd be one way to try and earn a bit more money though. Let's go to the tavern, so we can hear the story. This is a martial one, and we actually did get some experience, which was enough to get us a perk. So we're not going to recruit anybody, because money's kind of short at the moment. Well, eventually we'll get both of these. We'll just get this one first. And then, yeah, I suppose we're going to do the hunt. We haven't done that in a little while. And hopefully it shouldn't be too expensive. Right now it says it's only going to be 15, and of course we're going to be doing it here where we're located. Though, we'll be a poacher if we don't pay a bit more money to get permission. We want to make sure we're successful, so we're going to pay the extra there. And remember, you can't change these. So it's going to cost us 64, and our intent is to slay the beast. So let's go and start the hunt. Don't need to travel or anything. So we do have this option available, which is the best one. Definitely one you want to do when it is an option. So hopefully we'll be successful here. Right now it's a 62% chance. So there's not a stag in the area, but there is some boar. This is a very dangerous prey, but grants you some impressive prestige. So we're gonna go with that, and hopefully it goes well. Remember, our father did lose his leg. That wasn't in a hunt, that was in an event chain. So it wasn't a regular hunting event. But hopefully something similar does not happen to our new character. So a lot of hybridization is happening with cultures. And we're going to go with everything that increases the chance of success. We are determined to be successful in this hunt because we need food. And frankly, we just also want to have a successful hunt. You know, we're a new leader of this company, and so we're trying to prove ourselves. So I think we're going to go with this option here. It's the hairless one, but again, I think it fits with Thor. He's much like his father in that way. You know, he's a very brave character. So a 14% chance of death. 28% chance that we get wounded, perhaps severely. Only a 56% chance this goes well. Let's roll the die, guys. Let's just do it. And the intent was achieved. Alright, excellent. So it actually worked out. I'm a little surprised. Though I think we did get injured. Yeah, it looks like we got severely injured. Okay. Well, we didn't lose our leg. But yeah, we now have this nasty scar on our face. But we were successful. So I celebrated a little too soon there. I thought we had gotten the good option there, but that was not the case. But we were successful, so that's what matters here. Getting that 100 traits and the experience. So we can keep a memento, which is the boar tusk. I don't know if we would actually use it or not. Might just sell it, but it's additional money that we can get. Or we can give it to our follower. I don't know why the game does this. Like, it just keeps like, it picks the same person all the time. Like, she was the one that we could take fishing, and now she's the one we can grant this gift to. She's the wife of this giant here, which this is Ivar, the one we kicked out of our camp. Apparently he has 4 health, so he might end up dying. Yeah, not sure why he keeps picking her. Maybe he's just interested in romancing her or something. But yeah, we're gonna go with this option, keep it for ourselves. We'll take a look and see if we actually want to equip that. Again, I don't think it's better than the stuff we currently have, but we'll take a peek. Yeah, I don't think it's better than anything we have here. We have a prize ring we can sell as well. Although, you know what? We might grant that to one of our brothers. Somebody we want to see have a son. So it's got to be a brother who's got a wife. Well, Manny and his wife are already a bit older. Same thing with Amunder. So it's got to be somebody a bit younger. So maybe Ivar younger. And we want somebody who's got the good physical traits. There's also Balder. You know what? Let's give it to Balder. I know he already has a son. Oh, he's got 2 sons. He's an interesting character. And this was probably the second most voted for character for us to play as. So this will increase his fertility and prestige. He already likes us a lot. So not going to help us out in that regard at all. Yeah, what we could do is go ahead and sell this. We got a little bit of revisions, but not much. So we're going to attempt to sell the boar tusk. Get a little bit of gold there. I think we're just going to have to stop being so greedy and actually buy some provisions. Though now it's not as expensive. We're not getting as much either. So that might be the reason for that. But yeah, that's what we'll do. Spend the money for the first time to actually get some provisions. That does result in us being stacked on those. You know what? I think the reason why it costs less is because you're completely refilling it, and we went hunting, so we needed less provisions. So when you consider the provisions that we got, and we're actually going to move over here, and the boar tusk, I think the hunt actually paid for itself. So yeah, hopefully this is still available as we make our way up there. Again, could have raised the army up over here, but then you'd have to march all the way up there. I guess you got to go back with the camp now. But maybe we can find some other quest in this location. So this is just an event about this wandering woman here who could be our guide. And we're probably going to say no. You could replace her as the caravan master, but she has a terrible aptitude. You got to pay her 50 gold as well. Could just get the detailed maps. That's an inventory artifact. Does give you some nice bonuses, increasing travel speed. Yeah, not a bad object, honestly. But yeah, I don't think we're going to pay for that. This one here has a good chance of going wrong. So we're just going to decline and have a 45% chance of losing the provisions, which of course we did. So we have finally arrived, and of course the war is over. That would figure. We're just having like terrible luck in today's episode. I mean, I guess that's been the entire campaign. We've had nothing but bad luck. Just terrible percentages. Or, you know, we get good percentages, but we always fell. Despite what the percentage would have you think. So we really want to focus on decreasing the amount of days here. And yeah, let's go and get some muscle in here. Let's put our best characters. And that gets us to 100% chance of success if we get to the maximum here in 10-day phases. So not too bad. We also completed the Able Hoarders. So that interior upgrade will give us some bonuses. It wasn't the most exciting one, but we're at the point where we've got most of the upgrades that we want. So we were able to get this completed, got ourselves a little bit of money, but certainly doesn't make up for the amount of provisions that we spent to get up here. So let's try and make a request to get some provisions. Also get 24 gold. Could try and arrange a marriage. Let me just take a look and see if there's anybody available here. So we're looking for unmarried female characters. And then we'll sort this by age. And it looks like there's nobody who's likely to give one of our brothers children. So we'll just do the provisions here. And look at how large the Kingdom of Denmark has gotten. And that's because the king here has the Conquer trait. So that's something that the AI can get. You know, it's a setting in the options. And it does result in them getting a ton of bonuses. And thus they will conquer a bunch of territory. And there's also a faction quest that we could do here if we wanted to put somebody else on the throne of Denmark. So we could put her on there instead. But I kind of want to see how large Denmark can get. So we're going to leave it in the Conqueror's hands. He's also a berserker. He's sadistic, forgiving, and paranoid. So I want to see what happens with this character. Currently he just has the one son, which he is given a chiefdom to, so a county. So yeah, we'll see what happens with Denmark. Maybe he'll go across to Anglo-Saxon England. We'll just have to see. But yeah, let's go and travel over here. I'm highly considering leaving Scandinavia. We haven't found any spouses yet, which is one reason why we're here. And we also aren't getting any mercenary work, unfortunately. So it looks like we need to replace that position. This event that we've already seen many times before. This is between Matthias and our mother. I feel like we'd try to break them apart just because it's our mom. Overbearing leader. So that did not work out. It's not surprising because it had a very low chance of success. We can hunt some criminals down. I don't know how our Hardy's going to feel about that, considering the fact that they're all criminals. I mean, we technically are as well. We have the Gallows Bait trait. We did the trickster thing a little bit. But I feel like Thor did most of his criminal actions because his father wanted him to. So yeah, I think we're just going to go with this option. Do a duel to the death. We have a good chance of winning here because he does have much lower prowess than we do. Well, yeah, we want to... We'll go with this option here. I want to get this done as quickly as we can. So we're going with the options that have the highest chance of success, and we're confident and aggressive and brave. So yeah, we'll go with that one. And we have finished up that battle and completed the quest. So we got ourselves a little bit of a payment here. And I think we're going to go ahead and move along. Though there is a Stand With Us quest. Okay, finally. And it's not too far away. So we're already joining the side that has the more troops. So this is going to be an easy one. But we haven't done any mercenary work for a while, so I felt like it'd be fun to do it, regardless of how easy this one might be. So we need to merge them again. And our wound has completely healed, so now we're scarred. So let's just go and merge these. I mean, nowhere are these going to fit. So we could just get rid of... I mean, you know what? I don't really care enough, honestly. So who are we all at war with? I didn't even take a look at this. So we need to go up to that location. Okay, so we kind of got a bit of a walk. But I was so worried that we wouldn't get to do it that I just raised them up there. And I didn't want to move the camp again. Would have required more provisions. So we're just going to walk our butts over here. So again, another event we've seen many times. Guess we could attempt to blackmail this guy. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. It seems that he will agree, and that will give us a strong hook on him. Alright, so he's already doing the siege here. He doesn't even need our assistance. But we're going to assist so that we can get the progress, get the war contribution, and get more money from this. And that army is already on the retreat there. I think Thor is still willing to threaten for a cheaper price here to get the comfortable trappings. So, I mean, he'll do some crimes. Obviously, he's a callous character, and you know who his father was, and all those criminal contracts we completed with our father. I think it makes sense that we'll do some criminal work, but you know, it's not really going to be our focus with this character. We're certainly not going to get the Galsbait trait as high as we did with the previous character. So our follower here, you know, her spouse is dead, Sigrid the Handsome. She wants to marry this wandering character, and he's pretty good. He's got a good prowess, so he'd be a knight for us. He's a berserker. Yeah, he's pretty solid, so we would like for him to join the camp. She's got plenty of her own money, though, so we don't need to help her pay for this. Could try and do the intrigue challenge as well, but yeah, why would you not just pay for it yourself? You don't need money from us. Followers are always trying to get something out of us. So they're going to go ahead and attack here. I'm not entirely sure why he's leaving. I think he was leaving to go up to the mountains for the defensive purpose. Yeah, which doesn't make any sense. Completely unnecessary, because they had no chance of winning that battle. So I don't know if he'll come back now. Oh, he's going to attack him over here. Okay, so he'll wipe out his incredibly dangerous army of 21 men. So we got this event again. I thought we already had this with this particular character. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and go with this option here to get the wandering. I mean, it would be nice to get the provisions, but it's only a 65% chance here. We're going to get the trade experience in wander. And fate smiles upon us. Seems our concubine is finally pregnant. Took us a little while here. This will be our first child as Thor, so let's hope for a son. And we're going to get this perk, the Soldiers of Lesser Fortune. So we're almost done with the siege. And that'll result in us getting victory and 107 gold. We might not even have to finish that siege. I did forget that we need to replace our head groom. We've got a lot of excellent options. Seems that Magni would be able to do it, and he doesn't have any positions. We could also put Snorri in that place. I feel like this is a job for a younger brother. So we'll have Snorri appointed to that. We also could go ahead and get something for the Proving Grounds. We have not gotten the bonus for the archers yet. The archer captain, this increases archer damage and pursuit. That's 108 gold, so pretty cheap. So we're going to get that. And then let's go and travel to the capital of this land here. It's going to take us a little while, and 1,052 provisions. Once we get there, we'll go into the tribal camp. But we need to leave Scandinavia. One of our followers picked up a hound, because we have that option to do that now. We should probably do that. Get Thor a hound. We'll take that decision in a minute. Yeah, we're never going to have really large battles unless like Denmark fights Sweden and then ask for some assistance, you know, ask for a mercenary. Other than that, there's just never going to be really large wars. But I was hoping to find a spouse here, and thus far there's been no luck. Maybe in this tribal holding, or one of the other ones as we start to make our exit from Scandinavia. We'll look for recruits. I mean, here's a character right now. She's a Norse character, only 22 years old. She's brave, lustful, and generous. She's got okay stats as well. Seems like the gods have answered our prayers. We came here for a wife, and I think we found one. So I believe that this is the option for talking to her. So we'll have a couple different choices here. We could just pay her 13 gold to have her join our camp. We could also do the intrigue challenge. Do you have a name, or can I call you mine? We don't have the seducer trait, so can't do that. Well, in this case, we're not just giving her gold. We're offering to buy her a mug of wine. Yeah, we'll just do that, because it's a sure thing. Well, 73% chance will probably fail, honestly. So yeah, we're going to go with that option, and then we're going to want to talk to her in a minute. Let's first do everything else we want to do in this location, see if there's anybody else worth recruiting. Might want to bring her on board for one of our brothers. So we're finding all kinds of ladies. We'll see if any of these dudes here would be useful. I mean, this guy's got the pretty high diplomacy, but yeah, we're going to go ahead and recruit her. We have the money. I think the other woman's the better option for our own spouse, just because she's younger. You know, that woman's about the same age as our character. I will take a look at her again, but she didn't seem as impressive when it comes to her stats. Do we want to get more supplies? You know what, we're not willing to buy them, but we'll try and intimidate our way to 911 provisions. Excellent. So that worked out nicely. And we're not going to try and get any quest, because I think we are done here. You know, we could just make her our concubine, because we only have the one concubine currently. Now for the third and final concubine, we probably want to get somebody who has a good trait, is what I'm thinking. And then with her, we're going to go and arrange a marriage for her and ourselves. So she's 22 years old, and again, pretty good stats here. So we'll send that proposal off, which she has no choice but to approve since she's one of our followers. And now Thor has a wife. All right, excellent. So we can go ahead and leave Scandinavia. What we'll do, I was going to slowly leave the area, and if there's any quests that look interesting, then we'll do those, particularly if we see a mercenary quest. But our goal here is to now leave. So we got this event early in the series, though I think it was a boy who was raised by wolves rather than a lynx. I think we are going to do it. Last time it didn't work out very well. I believe he just abandoned us. He wasn't happy with us. Remember, he has these modifiers: feral, malnourished, and nonverbal. He's just not in a good position, so you got to raise him up. Now, our character is callous, so it's not that he cares for the boy so much. I think it's more they want to see what we can turn him into. Same thing with Magnús. We're not like doing it out of the kindness of our hearts, but because we're going to use him. Like, he could help clean up the camp and stuff, and then eventually maybe he'll be a great warrior. And I feel like you find a boy who's raised by animals. With a people like the Norse, with their religion, you might think that the gods sent them, or you know, the gods put them in your path. So we can make a request from this character. Again, we'll see if he has any ladies. He does not. So probably just get the 29 gold while we're here. There is a contract to escort this emissary. There's also one for artifact delivery. Since we're leaving anyways, makes sense to do one of these missions. So we're going to take this contract just because it's nearby here. But we do want to make sure that we're going the right way, and we are not, so we're going to go ahead and decline that. Could take a look at one of the other ones, but we have to go up there. So let's just get out of here, guys. So we'll go here first. Probably get ourselves some provisions. Let's go into town and see what we might be able to find there. Could get another recruit. We have a bit of money. Still need spouses for our brothers. I have several brothers who are not yet married. I can't do the story, but maybe just get the experience and wit. And let's see who all is available to recruit. So we got a 27-year-old woman. She has a very good intrigue. There's also a 25-year-old woman. She's sadistic and a craven. Also very good intrigue. I think we're going to recruit her. This character is really solid too, with the high prowess. He's a blade master. I very much want to recruit him, but this is our last chance to get a Norse woman, even if she is Catholic, for one of our brothers. So I'll go ahead and pay her. And then we're also going to try and get some supplies for free. 96% chance to get all those revisions. Alright, that is absolutely fantastic. Alright, so with her, we're going to arrange a marriage. There's 3 potential options. Snorri, who's our head groom, It's got, okay, stewardship. He's the youngest one. So he's a son of Valence. There's also Scully. He has that good marshal. He's our caravan master, and he'd be the middle one between these. He's a son of Yana. And then there's Halstein, who's known as the Falfart, another son of Valence, and he's got the good intrigue, and he's the oldest one. So it makes the most sense to marry her off to him. I'm sure she won't be happy about that. He's one of our champions with the 14 prowess, and she'll just have to get used to his gas. Alright, so he now has a spouse. And let's go ahead and stop at this location. Maybe we'll find another potential spouse as we're just leaving here. And I'm not entirely sure where we're going to go. Looking for mercenary contracts. Oh, that's unfortunate. We lost our concubine and our son. He was stillborn. So that's sad. As a Cal's character, I don't know how much he's affected by that, but still quite sad. Alright, so going to the tribal holding, just moving along with our life now. Let's go ahead and do the story. It's a stewardship one, so we did get some experience there. And we'll see if there's anybody to recruit here. So looking to get Norse ladies here. And we could hire him, which I really wanted to get him anyways. 42 gold, so let's go ahead and do that. Because he's a fantastic champion for us, and he's loyal. We always appreciate some loyalty. Alright, so we could try and get the provisions if we're able to intimidate, since we've already tried to steal. Yeah, we were able to get 581. Alright, so this is just the hired muscle contract. We do need money, but I really want to do mercenary work if possible. So let's go ahead and make some progress. We'll go over here. I should have seen if there was anywhere we wanted to travel through in order to get more experience. We got that there, but I want to say there was another location that he could have traveled through to get an additional 25 experience there. So we could just rob this character. You know what? Thor doesn't feel like robbing him. He's not in the mood. Could recruit him. 13 gold. We certainly wouldn't want to do this option here or this option here. But this one works out fine, because he would serve as one of our champions. And so we're always willing to bring another good fighter into the camp. So we have a few different quests here. There's the boundary dispute, there's artifact delivery, and there's also a support faction. Well, let's take a look and see which faction this is. So it's a Liberty faction. It's against this Duke here. It's just a count doing it, so we would do the majority of the fighting. He does have a good number of troops, so it feels like it could be a fun war where you'd actually have to use our large army here. We'd probably want to recruit a bit more as well. I don't know how much money we'll get from this, but you know what, let's go ahead and take the contract. We don't want any land. Just trying to get paid. So we can go ahead and press our demands immediately. We are the faction leader here. So yeah, let's go ahead and do this. We could go ahead and raise our troops up first. Yeah, you know what? We'll go to the tribal holding here. So I'll go to that tavern. Can't hear the story. We could get rid of some of the stress that we have. It'd be good to get rid of some of the stress. Take a look, see if there's anybody you want to recruit. That guy's hair was missing for a second. You know, like some potential new knights. We don't have a lot of money at the moment. This guy's okay. Not worth hiring though with our limited funds. Let's take a look, see if we can't get the supplies without paying for them. We cannot. And there's nothing else we can do. We can't recruit here. So basically we're going to have to actually refill the men-at-arms. With the provisions it would cost 47.87, so that's not going to work. It's a shame that you can't choose to only refill some of them. We can also get more men-at-arms as well. So might just have to do the scrape the barrel. 86% chance that that would be successful, so it'd get us another 400 soldiers. Yeah, let's go with that, guys. So yeah, 100 soldiers for each of our men-at-arms. And so now refilling would only cost 25.15. Unless we were to first get some additional men-at-arms. You know, I feel like this is enough if we just refill it. So let's go ahead and do that. Gets us up to 3117. So let's go ahead and now, I guess we need to do that through the factions. Press our demands. Okay, so we didn't get to fight the conflict because he just accepted it. Alright, I mean, we got paid, so I guess there's that. But I was hoping to actually fight the war out. So we're going to travel over to here to get that 150 experience and the martial lifestyle. And I think we're going to go west. You know, we've been south into Italy and then into the Byzantine Empire. Maybe we'll go back at some point. But let's go into France. We could always go back to England as well. There's another faction we can support over here. So this is it against the same duke? As to install this count onto the throne. Yeah, perhaps we'll take that contract. Let's first go into the tribal holding. And also try and gather some provisions because we're not doing well. But let's see if we can't get some for free here in the town. You know what, we're not going to do any of these. We'll take a look and see if there's anybody worth recruiting. They got to be pretty good for me to invest in them at this point. Probably as a champion, because we're not really doing the other quest where they would be all that helpful. So yeah, we'll take a look at the supplies. It's a 67% chance. It looks like we were successful. Excellent. So we got the 2,808 provisions. And so we can go ahead and leave here. And then yeah, I suppose we'll do the support faction quest. Although I did say we were going to gather some provisions. So let's go and do that first, because you can do that every 3 years. And the prowess option is probably going to be our best bet. So yeah, we'll go with that. Gets us just some additional provisions there. So let's go and support the faction. Just trying to get a payday here. And then we'll go ahead and press our demands. Not a high percentage there. I was going to say maybe he won't accept, but he did. So we're just getting paydays just for like lending our support to these factions. This is really easy paydays. So let's see where we want to go next. Again, we're traveling to locations we haven't visited and to capitals and stuff. So there's none around here until we get all the way over there. That's going to take a while. So let's go and travel to a different holding type. We're going to go to a city. It'll cost us 939 in provisions. So yeah, we'll visit there. Maybe spend a little bit of money. I mean, we don't really have much money. But who knows what we might find along the way. This is one of the Wandering Nobles events. As we walk through the streets of Mansfeld, there's a loud ruckus by one of the market stalls, with two men yelling at one another. Before we can make our way there, a man has already stepped in between and talked them down. "See, it'll be fine," he tells the man in the stall with a smile and hands him a coin. And with that simple act of kind generosity, everything returns to normalcy. He turns to us as we approach, no banner or mark telling me of any liege lord, perhaps a wandering knight. So this is the character. He's got decent prowess, 23 years old, a Catholic Saxon. So we can pay him 25 gold to recruit him, which is actually pretty cheap considering how much they'll generally cost in these locations. Once you get out of the tribal holdings, they get a lot more expensive. And even in the tribal holdings, that's a good price for a character. We can instead just offer him a drink. There's a small chance we'll increase our diplomacy. Otherwise, we'll get piety or prestige. Or just say I don't have time for this vagrant. And we're always looking for knights. This is pretty cheap. Let me just take a look and see how bad our worst knight is. I assume pretty bad since we need 17 of them. So we pretty much have everybody serving us who can. Matthias is pretty old now. He's infirm. We might want to change him out of the heavy infantry captain. I don't know how good of a bonus he's still granting us at this point. So yeah, we completed the stump. So we'll need to hire an archer captain, which is good because we were just about to go in there. So first we'll get somebody in this new position here. A lot of excellent characters. We're going to prefer somebody who doesn't have a position, so obviously Alpha, not the best choice. We'll probably give it to Vigfus. He's that new character we just hired. So we'll make him our archer captain. We could also make him the heavy infantry captain. Yeah, so he'll be the captain for both of those. Because Matthias is just too old for that. We'll see if there's any other people we might want to place. The ones where we have average characters there, it's because there's nobody else who's good for those particular positions. So we're still traveling over to the city. Event we've gotten many times. We're going to go with this option, get some additional provisions here. Now that we've arrived in the city, see if there's any contracts around here we want to do. And then we'll go ahead and visit the city holding. Remember, a lot of different things that we can do. We'll still start with the tavern to hear the story. This is a stewardship one, so we just got the temporary bonus. We'll take a look if there's anybody to recruit. Probably not going to be recruiting anybody though. This character is hell. His prowess is only 12. Yeah, I'm not going to recruit any of those characters. But we do want to go to the unique option here to visit the fine craftsman. So you know what? We might not need anything. Nor are we exactly swimming in funds at the moment. We could always use a new hammer. But there's no guarantee the one we get is going to be better than this one. We should probably wait until we have more money. So we'll have to come back to a city. Yeah, I didn't really think about just how broke we kind of are. Yeah, not a lot of money at the moment. We'll take a look for some supplies. Guess we'll try and steal them, and we were successful. We're having good success there with getting the supplies for free. So remember, we're traveling over here. I should take a look, see if there was any requests we could have done over there, because I know there's at least one other one. Remember, we can't arrange the marriage because he's Christian. So we'll just want to get the gold or the provisions. We'll get the provisions. Can always use more provisions. And then we're going to travel over to this location to get the 150 diplomacy lifestyle points. Just making our way into France. Now we'll be in Lotharingia, that middle kingdom. So we'll go here, get the experience from visiting the palace. We'll also take a look, see if there's any quests here we might want to do. We need some money. Yeah, we'll do this one. Let's get us 49 gold and some provisions. It's just not very far either. And we should be able to complete it fairly easily. We're going to go with that balanced option. So our max success chance is 100%, and the phases are pretty short at just 10 days. We got this event here, again, the someone else one. This is concerning our new spouse. Wondering if she has a lover. 72% chance we'll be successful in investigating this. Could just confront her as well. And we want to know if she is. So let's go with that option, and she's innocent. Because if you confront her, then I don't think you actually find out. So just one more phase here, and then we'll be able to execute it with the 100% chance of success. So just a quick little payment here, make a little bit of money. And unfortunately, we do have to end today's episode here. So I hope you guys did enjoy it. If you did, make sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe to our channel, hit that notification bell, and leave a comment. I do hope to see you on the next one. And thanks for watching.